When it comes to weight loss, be it pre-surgery or post-surgery, which of the following four situations describes you the most? Surgery is just one tool. It's time to put the other tools in the toolbox because it's your body, your health, your life. Number one, I don't really think I will ever be able to lose all my weight. I really don't know what to do to lose the weight now, be it long term. I've lost the weight, be it in the past or now after having weight loss surgery, but stopped. And now I'm considering doing, or I've done in the past, and then insert any new or famous or past diet fad and either gained it back or already gained all the weight back. And here might be the number four, the most damaging one. I lost weight thinking it would make me happy and all things would be fixed. I'm at goal weight and I'm paralyzed with fear that I will gain all my weight back. And I'm still not happy. Be honest, are you experiencing your weight loss surgery journey, your bariatric journey, like you did the diet industry, like how the diet industry used to teach you? I like to call it die each time. It doesn't feel good, does it? The answer is we really do need to learn how to lose our mental and emotional weight as well as our physical weight and learn how to lose it long term, have long term success, and maybe even feel good doing it. Let's get into it. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 promises you must keep to have long term success. So I've been working with, and myself included, I've been working with some bariatric patients, and some of us have lost significant amounts of weight. There's always this pattern I'm seeing, and I saw it in myself. Trust me, I saw it in myself. And this pattern is breaking my heart. The thing is, if you're not working on yourself along the way, as well as you're losing weight, if you're not working on your mental and emotional health as well, because the thing is, your weight loss is not going to solve unhappiness. Your weight loss is not going to magically solve all the issues with your spouse. Your weight loss is not going to fix your job if you're unhappy in it. And guess what? Your weight loss is not going to magically fix your relationship with food. I even had someone say to me, Carrie, you don't get it. You just don't get it. I will have everything figured out. I just need to lose all the weight first. All my problems are going to be fixed by losing the weight. That's what's causing all my problems. I've been obese all my life, and that's what's getting in the way from me living my full life. The thing is, the honesty is, it isn't. It really isn't. I'm sorry. Losing all the weight is not going to solve all your problems. It's not going to make you instantly happy. So I have lost, it's almost been 3 years post-op. I was sleeved in early 2019, and I've lost over 140 pounds. The thing is, in the past, I've lost hundreds and hundreds of pounds over the years, over the decades, and I gained them all back. This is the first time I haven't. And what has clicked for me, what I've realized, this is the time I worked on my emotional and my mental weight as well. And even when I gained all the weight back before, all my problems were still there because I didn't work on the mental and emotional weight. Weight loss doesn't solve everything long term. Your job is not going to be magically better. Your relationship is not going to be magically better. So for us, some of us that have had long-term weight loss surgery success, like talking years post-op, we have realized it isn't the weight loss that makes everything better. We have realized that all those attempts before, and even sometimes for some of us after surgery, is we've realized that we've been talking negatively to ourselves, we've been buying into the diet industry magic fixes, and we haven't worked on the mental and emotional health. Some of us before had success. I know I've had success. It doesn't stay long term unless we work on the mental and emotional health as well. The novelty of being thinner will wear off. If you haven't done the mental and emotional work and you've reached your goal weight, The anxious person, the stressed out person, the overwhelmed person, the addicted person, the worried version of you will eventually come back. And you're going to start thinking, oh my God, I can't keep this weight off. And then that little voice in your head's going to say, I never kept it off before. Why is this thing going to be different? Why is this time going to be different? That little scared inner voice, if we haven't done the work, is going to be loud and clear. Here is the thing. If we don't do the work, if we don't change how we think, if we don't learn how to feel our feelings, actually feel them through, not distract, not cope with food, not avoid, if we don't believe we are a person deserving of success, and all we are is super focused on that number on the scale, and we're not telling ourselves as we go along, oh, I'm proud of that accomplishment. Oh, I figured out I made a mistake and I learned and moved on. If we're not getting at the root causes versus always putting a Band-Aid on the symptoms, if we're not figuring out ways to support ourselves through the journey, we will risk regaining all the weight back, even after having weight loss surgery. We will revert to the old ways and we will compromise that upgraded body post-surgery. We have to learn to become the person we deserve to be. We want to live our best selves in our best lives, but we have to work on becoming that person. And it just hurts my heart when people don't see that. And some people really think, they really truly believe that it all will be magically fixed, that the problems will go away, that everything will be figured out once they lose the weight, once they get to goal weight. I really wish that was true. I really, really do, for myself and for you, but it just isn't. And I think you know deep down too that that isn't true. So let's talk about the 3 promises that we need to keep to ourselves so that we can have long-term weight loss surgery success, so that we can be the person we respect, the person we admire, and live that the rest of our lives. Number 1, we have to learn self-love versus self-hate all the time. It has to be kindness versus judgment. We are literally criticizing ourselves all day long. Have you really observed yourself? How are you talking to yourself all day long? Take a moment, take a day, take an hour and see, what is that inner voice saying to you all day long? Is it positive or is it negative? Is it judging or is it kind and self-loving? Is it always about our bodies? Is it anything to do with our emotions? Is it anything to do positively about our mental health and how to move forward and think positively? Just take a moment, take an hour, and see what you're saying to yourselves if you haven't done this before. Look at all your actions, the tasks that you do, how you interact with people. And to be honest, it's the subtle little things that are more damaging and hurtful to you than those big kind of verbal, hateful things we say to each other. Now, don't get me wrong, they're both bad for you. But just be aware those subtle thoughts, those subtle things that we say to ourselves all day long. They're telling us subtly that we're not worthy, that we're less than, that we're not able to do it, we're not deserving, we're not good enough, we're not worth the time. And in the moment, sometimes they sound very true. But this is how you can tell it's not true. If it doesn't feel inspiring, if it doesn't feel motivating, if it doesn't feel supportive, if it doesn't feel compassionate or even informative, in a way that makes you see that you can learn from it and move on forward, it's just a lie. It really is. It's just a lie. Just because it feels like it's true doesn't mean it's the truth. You need to understand the difference. Number 2, we have to promise to practice inclusion and community versus isolation. So what do I mean by that? This weight loss surgery journey can be a lonely process, but you need to work on and know that you're not alone in this process. We need to continually find community, support, and help, and have times that allows us to be vulnerable and honest with what is really going on in our life. Our weight loss surgery journey, but even more, bigger than that. We need to be able to support ourselves, find like minded people that understand the journey so that when we're going through everyday life, all the ups and downs, the challenges, the obstacles, that we have someone out there that understands what we are going through. Because we need to talk about our insecurities. We need to talk about what we are afraid of. And we need to debunk what we think others are thinking about us. And we got to learn not to care. Most likely, they can help you navigate everyday life post surgery because this weight loss surgery journey, as we know, if you walked it a little bit, you know this is a journey, not a straight line. There really is a peace of mind knowing that you are surrounded by people who get you, you're surrounded by people who've walked before you on the same path. You really do get a peace of mind and a sense of relief when you can feel safe with others. When you get stuck in that isolation where you're thinking, I'm all alone, this is only happening to me, no one gets me, no one knows what I'm doing, no one gets what I'm doing, that is very damaging long term. Because when we feel really all alone, when we're in that isolation mode and we don't have that support, we have no one we can turn to, what do? We use food to cope or to distract or to avoid. We need to learn how to do it differently and differently with others who get it. And remember, it's so important to give more than you take. So if you're in a support group, if you're in a Facebook group, if you're working with people out there, be it with their weight loss surgery journey or with others, remember, just as important to take and get that support and receive that support. You must also give it. Be a loving person who supports others, not about judging, shaming, guilting, pointing a finger, but be open to listening to someone else's story, be kind, and help them move forward. This is one of the reasons I started this YouTube channel. My goal always is to set you up for success and get you away from looking always down at your failures. It's about progress. It's not about perfection. It's about having long-term weight loss surgery success. So we're not going back to that diet industry telling us you need to do this, you're not good enough, you need to look this way. It's about us living our best lives in our best selves. Number 3, we need to promise to be honest and look at all of our mistakes. And first of all, know we all make mistakes. It's okay. The key thing is to remember to learn from those mistakes. I know I did this before pre-surgery, even a little bit after surgery, is that when I made a mistake, whatever that was, I right away went to shame, guilt, or judgment. We have to know and learn and practice that mistakes help us move forward. That is life. We make mistakes. You want to make mistakes so that you can learn from it. The whole thing is you don't throw yourselves into shame, guilt, and judgment and then all of a sudden feel like a failure, that you can't do this, that downward spiral that we can barely pull ourselves up from. Because what happens is we end up wallowing there. We're always in a rush to fix it, too. We need to be mindful around what just happened, why did it happen, what can I learn from it, can I make any changes, and how can I do it differently? How can I take the next step? The biggest thing I can tell you about long-term weight loss surgery success is about being consistent. It's about Time, moving forward, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's not about self-criticism. It's not about going automatically to the absolutes. Like, I'm never going to be able to do this. I'm always going to be a failure. Like, how many of you guys are doing this? Like, I know I even did this post-surgery. I'll have a month of great success. Like, I'm doing all the things right. Everything is perfect. I've got momentum. I'm feeling good. I'm doing the things. And then all of a sudden, one day I overeat. And then my mind goes, oh my God, I overate. I'm off track. I'm going to have to start all over again. All this hard work is for nothing. I regret this. I'm going to gain all my weight back. And on and on and on. Do you do that? I know I sure the heck did. But let's think about that. We've had a month of progress. We've had a month of doing all the things right. Do we focus on that? Do we say, way to go? I'm so proud of you. Look at all the accomplishments you did. We don't give ourselves credit. And then we don't look at what are the lessons learned and forgiving ourselves. Immediately, we drop down to the doom and gloom and the pit of despair. I want you to say to yourself, and I want you to definitely remember this the next time you make a mistake, because you're going to make a mistake. It's all about learning from it, how to turn it around. God is my witness. This is my biggest thing regarding weight loss, but also everything else in my life. I am a subject to that perfection, not progress. This is my biggest lesson, and I'm learning from it every single day. Consistency is about being consistent when it goes well, but also being consistent when it doesn't go well. The only way that tomorrow is going to get better is how you talk to yourself today. If we don't retrain our brain on how to lose weight, and I'm talking about that mental and emotional weight as well, we're falling victim, as we did every single time before, to that diet industry type of thinking. We fall victim to their lies, and we start doing the craziest things, thinking and believing that we need to lose that weight fast and furious and do whatever it takes, because we're thinking that life will begin once I lose the weight. It doesn't matter what the number on the scale tells you. If we aren't working on our mental and emotional health as we go along on this journey, the problems are still going to be there, and we're still going to feel bad about ourselves. I want more for you. You want more for you. Make a promise that you want long-term weight loss surgery success. And if you do, I want you to promise that you will continue this conversation and watch this next video to help you do that.